Good day, everyone, and welcome to Journey of the Anointed with Mr. Buzz. So I want to talk about Christian holidays and how they're disrespected, really. It's a clever trick of the evil one, of the kingdom of darkness in general. They turned... Let's take the two major ones, Christmas and Easter. Okay, Christmas to celebrate the birth of Jesus. Easter, we're supposed to be commemorating the resurrection of Jesus after he died on the cross. These should be, very sacred, well, they are very sacred holidays, very sacred observances. They should be the two biggest days in Christianity. And I guess they are, but mostly from a retail point of view. That's what are they both about now? Well, Christmas is about buying presents and lots of alcohol, actually, lots of drinking, lots of partying, mistletoe, kissing people, and a Christmas tree all decorated up. Fruitcake and plum pudding and stuff. What's that got to do with Jesus being born? Nothing. You could argue the gifts, because the three wise men came and gave gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Okay, so we give gifts because of that. It's a symbol of that. I can see that. Fair enough. But the rest of it, most people who celebrate Christmas, they don't even give Jesus a second thought. The other thing is, atheists are celebrating Christmas, so we know they're not giving Jesus a second thought. They're still celebrating Christmas even though they're total atheists. They don't even believe in God. Why would you do that? Christmas is a religious holiday. It's always bothered me. Easter. This is another one. Instead of it commemorating Jesus resurrecting after he died on the cross, it's become about gorging on chocolate. This Easter Bunny character who, I don't know who came up with that. Another way to disrespect Jesus, make it about some rabbit that's running around giving people chocolate and hiding the eggs and doing these Easter egg hunts and all this stuff. And pounding each other full of sugar, which literally separates us from God. That's what sugar does. I just talked about it in my last video, actually. Sugar is one of my bad addictions. It's everybody's bad addiction. People don't even realize how bad it is. Sugar is a drug, okay? Sugar is not just a food that's bad for you. That's what most people think. Sugar is a potent, addictive drug. One of the most addictive drugs in the world, actually. It's so addictive, and everybody's addicted to it, pretty much. You wouldn't give your kid cocaine or weed or booze, but you will give them a whole bunch of cupcakes and Easter bunnies, like chocolate bunnies and stuff. Halloween, you let them go out and get a big knapsack or pillowcase full of chocolate and candy and gorge like crazy. You're letting your kids do drugs. Really, that's what sugar is, a very potent drug. If any of you know who Terence McKenna was, he was a big influence on me through the years. I read a lot of his books, listened to a lot of his lectures. I used to love listening to his lectures. He was such an entertaining guy to listen to. Remember, what my favorite quote from him is, "I want to see everybody put the art pedal to the metal." Because he talked very, very proper. He pronounced his words correctly and stuff. But put the art pedal to the metal, he used to say. He thought that us creating art was a really important thing, which is totally right. But he talked about sugar. He thought that sugar was one of the biggest problems that society had. We had a drug issue, of course. Yep, we got an alcohol issue and drugs, but sugar, people don't realize, is a drug. and the most widespread one that exists, because everyone's doing it. It's a drug that's not regulated. It's a potent addictive drug with no regulation whatsoever. Refined sugar. Okay? And that's exactly why these holidays revolve around sugar and alcohol. And, I mean, Easter, not so much the alcohol, but, well, it's a 4-day weekend. People get drunk all that weekend. That's for sure. Christmas is the one that revolves around booze a lot. But Easter, the chocolate, the sugar, that separates everyone from God. And that's exactly what the kingdom of darkness wants to do. They go through a lot of trouble to do this, too. They've poisoned all the food with specific things to do exactly that. They've made the pharmaceuticals to do exactly that. They've made entertainment to do exactly that. Everything this world has created is designed to separate us from God. And if you're a Christian and you're celebrating Easter by letting your kids go nuts on chocolate and candy and stuff, you're basically letting your children do drugs. That is a fact. I don't care what you say. Look up what sugar actually is, and you're going to be really surprised. It is a potent, addictive drug. And you're also disrespecting what Easter is all about. Now, I'm a fairly new Christian. I've believed in Jesus and the Bible and everything for many years. But I didn't call myself a Christian until, I don't know, sometime in the last year. So this is going to be the first Easter, and when this Christmas comes up, well, no, actually this will be the second Christmas, but it'll be the first Easter that I've been like a real Christian. And I'm certainly going to treat it a lot different than I ever have before, because if you're going to call yourself a Christian, these days are important, okay? Commemorating the day that Jesus rose from the dead, that's pretty important. It's not about chocolate. It's not about Easter bunnies. It's about what Jesus did for us and remembering the day he rose from the dead. He beat death. He overcame death for us. So it's just a reminder, if you're a Christian, you got to take this Easter a little more seriously than if you've been just celebrating it with Easter bunnies and everybody gorging on chocolate. That's not what it's about. That's definitely not what it's about. And as a matter of fact, doing that, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinions, is very disrespectful to the holiday or to the observance. I don't even like to call it a holiday. Holiday is the day off work. This is a religious observance. We are supposed to observe what it's about. It's not a day to just not go to work. It's a day to remember and contemplate and think about what Jesus did for us. Because Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. The Lord of Lords and the King of Kings.